Hey everybody, this is Al Johnson from the Al Johnson Show, and today, even though I'm a bit late on this, I still wanted to come up here and give you guys my full review of the first two episodes of Star Wars Ahsoka. Now, first off, there will be spoilers for the first two episodes, so be forewarned. But also, if you want to continue being along for the journey, or you want to jump on the train that is the Al Johnson Show, make sure you do the following. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe, make sure you click the notification bell to be notified whenever new videos are released. Let's begin. So folks, Ahsoka is here. Now by the time you're watching this, when it's uploaded, it will probably be less than an hour until the new episode premieres. So I still wanted to come up here before the new episode drops to give my thoughts on the first two episodes. Which, by the way, speaking of, congrats to Ahsoka. I read somewhere that the first two episodes combined had like a 1.2 million rating or viewership, however streaming works for ratings. So yeah, 1.2 million for the first two episodes. That's amazing. So I want to come up here and give my thoughts on it, and also let me give a little reminder to you guys. I have joined the Star Wars fandom, despite how toxic it may be. I've joined since 2015, basically, you know what? Now that I think about it, it's mainly 2013, basically a decade when The Force Awakens was first announced, and then in 2014 we had the first teaser trailer, and then the release of it in 2015. So basically, in a way, I've been a new fan for 10 years. You would think within those 10 years or 8 years, I would have I would have expanded more in my knowledge of Star Wars and watched more things, but alas, I haven't. But there was one project I was looking forward to more than anything, and that was Ahsoka. Especially starring Rosario Dawson, who, a little bit of a fun fact, I believe it was 3 or 4 years ago, something like that, where Boss Logic, if you guys have heard of Boss Logic, he made, I guess, fan art of Rosario as Ahsoka, and Rosario responded to that saying that would be great, and kept talking about it in interviews whenever she was promoting, I guess, the Marvel Netflix stuff, and talking about that. So then, 3 years ago, before the release of Mandalorian Season 2, it was confirmed that the fan casting had come true, and that Rosario was playing Ahsoka. Sorry about that. Had to come through here. But yeah, she was finally going to be Ahsoka in Mandalorian Season 2, and she debuted in the fifth episode of that season. And the moment you first see the twin white lightsabers, it was almost like the game had changed, and it was one of those euphoric fan moments. Whether you've been with Star Wars since Episode 4, or you have just watched Star Wars because of the Mandalorian, which I was. And every time you will see her, every time you saw Rosario, there was always that delightfulness she brings to playing Ahsoka, who is older. And knowing how much she loves Star Wars, it's almost like there's almost like a breath of fresh air when she plays Ahsoka, versus Ashley Eckstein, who has played Ahsoka for over a decade in animation work with Clone Wars and Rebels, which this Ahsoka series is canonically, if I said it right, the 5th season of Rebels. And also, it's my first time watching anything Rebels, because I never watched Rebels, and this is my first time watching anything of that sort. And honestly, watching the first 2 episodes, I'm enjoying the vibe. I like the tone. I'm liking the story and how it's shaping up. I like the characters. Obviously, I like Ahsoka, who I think for the type of role she's playing and where Ahsoka is at in life, I think she's doing good. Natasha Liu Bordizzo as live-action Sabine Wren. To call her a rebel would be an understatement. But also, there's a nice vulnerability to her. And also, seeing Mary Elizabeth Winstead, Ramona Flowers as General Hera Syndulla, so far, it's just nice. It's nothing too grand, nothing too epic. It's just nice. And just seeing the late Ray Stevenson as Baylan Skoll, which, by the way, what a Star Wars name. Baylan Skoll, Shin Hati, Ahsoka Tano, Sabine Wren. Think about that, man. If I was a Star Wars character, I want my character name to be I would want my character name to be Cordello Paul, or you know what? I'll get back to you on that. But back to the review. But yeah, Baylan Skoll and Ivana Shanko as Shin Hati. So far, Shin Hati, she has almost like this deer in the headlights type of look to her, because she's a young apprentice, basically a Padawan. And Baylan Skoll, something about that character just, I guess, breathes world weary. Like he's been around. He looks like he's been around for a long time. Also, a big shout out to Dave Filoni, who co-created the Ahsoka character and directed Clone Wars and Rebels, and directed episodes of Mandalorian and episode 6 of Book of Boba Fett. From what I've seen of this guy, and from what people have said, this guy, you could say he basically has the keys to the castle when it comes to Star Wars, because according to a lot of hardcore fans, he knows Star Wars like the back of his hand and the bottom of his toe. That's how much he knows Star Wars and what to draw from. I also dug the action. I also dig the pace. Yes, it's a bit slow, but then again, when you're translating stuff from animation to live action, the feeling and the how do I say this? The vibe is gonna feel different. As somebody who never watched Rebels and only is watching live action for the time being, I'm okay with how slow paced it is, but that's just me. But also, Kevin Kleiner, how you say it? But his music. The music so far is really good. Sounds like a samurai, sounds like very sci-fi, but also sounds a bit different. Now, typically with Star Wars, obviously you got John Williams, you got Michael Giacchino, you got so many composers that have done great work with Star Wars. That Kevin dude put his name on that list. The music is really quite nice. And also, I mean, just the whole thing about them looking for Grand Admiral Thrawn, but also looking for Ezra Bridger, and the lightsaber fight with Shin Hati and Sabine Wren, and also just that little a spaceship fight. I don't know if you can call it a fight, but like that little sky battle with Hera. and just seeing Ahsoka take out droids and take out and just fighting this mystery inquisitor, and also seeing, oh, I almost got to mention Diana Lee Inosanto, Bruce Lee's granddaughter, as Morgan Elspeth. She does give off a witchy vibe, meaning she's very cold, but she's very direct, and I dig that about her. And also, because I've been playing the beginning of Jedi Fallen Order and seeing videos about this character, the Night Sister Merrin, and the fact that Morgan Elspeth is a Night Sister, and just seeing live action Night Sister magic is like interesting, very, very interesting. And just the whole plot, basically the whole point of the show is basically the repairing of the relationship between Anakin and Sabine. I mean, Ahsoka and Sabine. Sorry, got the names confused. But also, honestly, like I said, this show is doing really good for me at least. But that's just me. You may not like it, you may think it's slow, you may think it's not doing the characters right, but as someone who's a casual fan, me personally, I dig it. But that's just me. I'm digging where the show is heading. Who knows what the next 6 episodes or 5 after tonight, what they're gonna do, but I'm looking forward to seeing what happens next. I'm not gonna rate the episodes because I think they are both solid, but I will say this: if you have been disappointed with some of the other Star Wars shows, I say give this one a shot, because it may give you what you're familiar with, but it may also give you something different. That's my message, and I'm sticking to it. So guys, that's my thoughts on episodes 1 and 2 of Ahsoka. Let me know down below what you thought about it. If you've seen them, what do you think about it? And let me know, how big of a fan of Rebels are you? Let me know down below, and I'll see you guys sometime this week or this weekend when I talk about episode 3 after it drops. Thank you guys for watching. Again, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Click the notification bell for more content. And as always, remember, I've been Al Johnson, and you're not. And may the force be with you. Deuces.